Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop Flosstube. Today is April 22nd, 2020, and I'm excited to show you my plans for my Stitch Mania 2020. So I have everything in this bucket. I used this bucket last year, and everything's kind of in order in my bucket, and I'm going to show you everything in my bucket and how I have plans for 2020. If you want to see what I finished for 2019 FQS Stitch Mania, I had that video last Wednesday, and so I'm super excited to show you what I have plans for in 2020. Here is my cross stitch journal, and I decided this year to just keep one journal for FQS Stitch Mania 2020, and it has everything listed. And I'm going to go ahead and show you everything that I have planned this year. I did do something different. Last year I used stickers for all of my projects. And this year you're going to see that I used these little numbers. And so I found these Tim Holtz numbers. It's numbers 1 through 31, which is perfect for Mania. And I got some little drips, D-rings, and I attached them. And the fun thing is after I finish that day, I can just pull it off, and that will kind of, anytime I have this kind of number on my project, I'm gonna know, okay, it's Mania, what day it is, and then it'll be kind of satisfying to take off the day when I'm done. So we sell both of these at Fat Quarter Shop. And this year, one of the biggest things that I'm going to do different is, instead of 31 completely different projects, I'm going to be working with several that I do over different days. So this very first project is right here. You can see that it is sneak peeked. This is part 1. This is a 5-part series called Feels Like Home. It is a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive, and you will get a PDF every Friday in the month of May. It's just a one-time fee, and this is a cheat to show you one of the parts. But what I'm going to show you is I've got everything in my bag ready to go, and I'm going to kind of show you what is planned for this one. So first, I've got my bag, and I stitched this, and I'll show you the back of it. When I stitched on the Gingham on the Go bag, the bag set comes as a set of 3, and when I stitched on this, I just used my regular size 26 needle. I didn't do anything special, and I used 4 strands, and I used Classic Colorworks since that's what I'm going to use for my piece, but DMC would probably be better for a bag. So everything is going to stay in the bags. This is how your pattern is going to come. There are different parts, and it will tell you what day that releases. So this is the first part, and it's the part that you can see that is finished. So we stitched our sample using Classic Colorworks thread pack, and we stitched on Cloud Vintage Cloth 25 count Lugana by Lori Holt. And if you wanted to stitch on Aida, an antique white 14 count, or a white would look great. I think antique white would look better. And so we have available the pattern, the cloth, 2 different thread packs, either DMC or Classic Colorworks, and we have a cute little needle minder. And it's super cute, so I'll put that on there as I'm stitching. So that is my first thing for Mania, and I'm going to be stitching on this for day 1, day 8, day 15, day 22, and day 29, and that is how I'm going to actually finish things this year, is to actually do fewer projects. My next project is Kringles. This is a brand new, so you can see all my little things. This is a brand new pattern by Little House Needleworks. It's called Kringles, and I have everything kitted and ready to go. So I am going to be stitching on light ash gray Lugana, which is right here. This is the color. It's a 28 count, and I am using all the called for Classic Colorworks and the DMC, and I went ahead and put all my DMC already on my floss flowers, and we have a thread pack available. And so on this one, I'm going to be doing these in sections. So this is kind of what I'm doing for Kringles, and what I decided to do is I'm going to break it up into 5 days. I'm going to stitch it on the 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th, and I'm going to do the roof as one part, which obviously I won't finish the entire roof, but that'll be one part. I want to start the bricks on the 2nd day, and then on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I will do the rooms. So my goal is to have part of the very top started, and then for Jolly July, I will be kind of finishing this. I'm super excited. I don't think I've ever done a project this big, and I've seen a lot of people stitch it online. I love the colors that it came with. So I'm going to stitch the colors just like they're shown, and here's how they look on the cloth. Super, super, super pretty. And so I'm super excited that I'm going to be able to start Kringles. And again, the design is by Little House Needleworks. I have all my DMC on my floss flowers, so I'm ready to go. So that is my second project for FQS Stitch Mania. So my next section is going to be Prim Village, which we have been stitching along. This is Lori Holt's design, and this is where I'm at so far. We've been stitching along with this for quite a while now, and I have allocated 5 days to work on this in Maynia. That is going to be days 3, 10, 17, 24, and 31. I am using my Prim AuriFloss box. And so the way that I've broken it down is I'm going to work on house 7, house 8, the 2nd row, house 9, and house 10. So by the end of Maynia, I will have everything done except for the last 2 houses. And that's going to be super exciting. And you can see that it's not going to be that hard to do a house a day. And since I've already kind of got the chimneys and the roof done, I've got a head start. So that's going to be super fun. And I am stitching this on 25 count Lugana, and the color is Overcast. It's a Lori Holt fabric, and if you wanted to stitch just like the sample, she used Oatmeal. So that is my third project for Stitch Mania. So I'm going to put everything back in the bag. So the next one goes along with the previous one. This is called Prim Stitch Series, and we have this as a club online. This is going to be a new series that Lori Holt is coming out with. It's going to start in July, and you can sign up for the pattern club, and we will send you one pattern for 12 months, and super cute new series. It's called Prim Stitch Series. There's going to be 12 designs. You can either stitch them individually like this, or we have a section on the website where it's going to show you how to put it together in one gigantic piece. So if you're going to do it in one piece, you will just need 25 count Prim Lugana, and it's a Lori Holt fabric. You'll just need one of those. Now if you're going to stitch these individually, you will need either 1 pack or 2 packs. So if you can live with the 1.5 inch border, you'll need 1 pack, but if you want a bigger border, you'll need 2 packs. And I've gone ahead and we have a little guide online that is going to show you how to cut these up. So I went ahead and cut all mine, and I'm going to be stitching this on days 4, 11, 18, 25, and 28. I'm going to be using the same AuriFloss box, so don't buy another box, just use the same box, and if you run out of a color, all you have to do is just add another one. And what I'm going to do here is kind of show you, these are the ones you're going to be working on. So I'm just going to kind of give you a little hint. That's kind of a hint. And what I will be stitching is, when I stitch these, I'm going to just stitch a little section of it. So we've already stitched part 1, so I'm going to be stitching parts 2 through 6 in here, and each day you'll get to see a little peek of a little corner that Lori picks for us to see. So super exciting. You just need the AuriFloss box that a lot of you already have, Prim cloth, and sign up for the club, and you can start getting that in July. And the reason I'm doing it as part of Mania ahead of you guys is I'm stitching the sample that is going to be on the pattern, so I've got to get ahead. So that is my 4th project. So those are my big projects that I'm going to be doing throughout, so that I can actually finish things and have more accomplished. My next project is called Starlit Snowflake, and this is a brand new pattern by It's So Emma Stitchery, and it is super cute, and it's basically a star, and we give you DMC colors if you want to do red, blue, or gray. I'm going to be stitching on this Cloud Lugana 25 count. I've already cut my fabric down, so it's ready to go. So for this pattern, you need 4 different shades of a color. So I've decided to go ahead, and this is the colors that I have picked. So my light is Orchid, Carnation, Rosebud, and Sister Scarlet. Those are Belle Soie, and they're silks, and I thought that would be really fun. It's going to have a lot of variegation, and it's going to be super beautiful. So that is my next day 5 for FQS Stitch Mania. Next 6 is part of Parade of Homes, and you can see that I've got it on day 6. And this is my Parade of Homes that I started earlier in the year, and I'm going to be stitching Summer by Little House Needleworks. So this pattern comes with floss included. It's Ocean Tide Belle Soie, so I didn't have to buy any thread. And this is what I'm going to be stitching, and I have been stitching all of my previous ones on 28 count Wheat Lugana by Zweigart, and so I have everything cut and ready to go. And on this one, you know, this is a lot of stitching, so I will probably only get part of the top row done. It's going to be a lot of stitching, but I know that I will finish this one since I'm doing all 4 seasons. My next one is Snow Village that I've been working on. So I have all my Snow Village in my Bloomtopia bag. So I've already been working on Snow Village, so I added this one, and I know that it's going to get finished since I've done so much. This is part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see I haven't done any of the back stitching. I'm going to do all of that at one time at the very end. Part 6 is Popsicle Cart. It's going to go right here. Part 7 is going to go right here, and it's Snow Boutique. And part 8, we haven't received yet. So I'm going to work on all of those for Manias on days 7, 21, and 27. And on those, I will probably kind of start with the snow. And then there would be no way that I would be able to finish the entire house on each day. So that's going to be super fun to just continue on Snow Village. I am using the Kimberly Snow Village DMC pack that I put together. And this is it. And I am using my floss flowers, and so you can kind of see how that is looking. So I put those colors together earlier in the year. So that is Snow Village. So now you're going to see that I'm skipping ahead to day 12, and that's because a lot of the previous projects I'm doing a little bit each week. And my next project is day 12, and it is going to be Flag of Stars from Bent Creek. This pattern actually comes with pearl cotton in it. You can't get the pattern without it because I did ask Bent Creek, but I didn't want to do pearl cotton. I am stitching on Natural Light Wichell, and I actually bought one package and cut it up. I'm using it in three different Mania pieces, And I am using Gentle Arts Blue Jay, Black Raspberry Jam, Buckeye Scarlet, Pomegranate, and Chalk. And you're gonna see that I'm using these colors on 3 different charts. And it's a great way if you wanted to do all 3, you don't have to buy the fabric and the thread 3 times. You can just buy it once. And then just refill as you need. So this is gonna be my May 12th. And I think it's gonna be super fun. I think I can probably get quite a bit of it done. So that is day 12. Put it back in my bag. So day 13 is going to be fall monochromatic, part of my parade of homes. And so I'm going to be working on autumn. The same fabric I've been using, which is the Wheat Lugana 28 count. And this one has a little less stitching on the top. So I think I'll probably be able to at least finish the top. So super excited about that one. And that is day 13. So for day 14, I am working on the brand new series by Priscilla and Chelsea. It's called Trucking Along, and so this is going to be a year of vintage trucks. This is the first section, and I'm a member of the club, so this is what came with my club, and I took my fabric and already cut it down to what I need, and I'm actually going to stitch this as one piece. It's actually 2 pieces, so there's the top and the bottom, but the width is the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch mine as one piece. And I got this at Fat Quarter Shop in the club, and this is their very first club that we're doing with them. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm gonna be stitching on 14 count chalkboard black. That's what comes in the club, and I'm using the called for classic Colorworks. So that is day 14. Then we're going to skip to day 19 because we're going to fill in with some of the previous stuff. And this is going to be Glory by Bent Creek. So this is the same thing. I'm going to be using that same natural light, 14 count, the same thread. I'm just adding carriage black for the words. And on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this. I'm going to stitch Glory, but I'm going to leave the alphabet off. And my father-in-law, I think, would really like this, so I might stitch this and give this to him. And I'm using those same colors, Buckeye Scarlet, Chalk, Black Raspberry Jam, and Carriage Black. And this one is going to be kind of big. You can see that it's going to be pretty big. And then on day 20, I'm going to be working with July Trucking Along, and this one is also the club. And so here's the pattern cover and the called for colors. Now I haven't trimmed my fabric down yet. I haven't had a second to do that yet, but I am going to stitch this again in one piece instead of 2. And this is what I got in my club. Again, July Trucking Along, Priscilla and Chelsea. I'm using the called for colors. Our next one is day 26, and it is also by Bent Creek. I just love all of their Patriotic. And this one is the same natural light, 14 count. So you can see I just bought one package and then cut all my pieces down. And this one I'm using Buckeye Scarlet, Chalk, and Black Raspberry Jam. And the great thing is all 3 of the pieces will match. And here, this one has the alphabet in the flag, and the stripes are kind of mottled, meaning that they're not all the way across. They're kind of up and down. And so that is my very last piece for Stitch Mania. So I hope you've enjoyed all of my selections for 2020 FQS Stitch Mania. I feel like I have a much better grasp on what I'm able to accomplish, and maybe this year I'll actually finish 100%. And of course, I will be sharing my progress throughout May and throughout all of 2020, showing you every Wednesday on this floss tube what I finish. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and use our hashtag with what you stitch in Maynia. And I'll see you next Wednesday.